guys, so a week ago, it's been about 8 days or so now, I went to Half Price Bookstore's warehouse sale where you could get a tote bag, which I ripped up hauling rocks from the beach. And you can fill it with books for $20 total. I got a total of 23 books, so let's see what I got. Alright y'all, I stuffed the dog shit out of this tote bag. Do you hear? I stuffed the shit out of it. So firstly, I got The Demon You Know by Christine Warren. This is a paranormal romance. It's part of a series. It says it's a novel of the others. And this one, a silent beauty, is the research grunt at a local television station. Abby tends to blend into the background, which is where she's most comfortable, but she ends up being the last resort to cover a hot story. She discovers a whole new side of her personality when she's possessed by a rogue demon. Suddenly, everyone wants a piece of her, and now the demon Rule, a hunter of his own kind who have gone astray, is her only hope. Meanwhile, the others, vampires, werewolves, and witches, have come out of the supernatural closet, and the humans are all aflutter. Mischief is afoot in the demon realm, and Rule knows that Abby is key to figuring it all out before the fiends tip the fragile balance between the newly discovered others and the humans into an epic battle. It's now up to two lost souls to make love, not war. Okay, I didn't read that far down. That make love, not war thing might have before made me go, but too late now. Book number 1. Then I got Covet and Crave by J.R. Ward. These are books, I think this is, why don't we ever put numbers on the spines of these fucking things? Oh, so I think these are actually book 1 and 2 in the Fallen Angel series. These are set in the world of the Black Dagger Brotherhood, but they're about fallen angels. I'm really intrigued because I loved the Black Dagger Brotherhood. I didn't read all of them because there were only certain characters I cared about, like Zadist, my baby Zadist, oh my god. Anyway, I'm thinking I want to use one of these for book club because we've been more urban fantasy and not so much paranormal romance, so I'm thinking we might, because this is the chunkers, but I really want to read it. So I'm super stoked about these. Going along that paranormal romance vein, I suppose I have Succubus Blues by Rachel Mead. This book has been on and off my TBR as long as I've had Goodreads. So since like 2014, I think. As I said, it's about a succubus. The reviews have been kind of midline as far as I can tell. Nobody's just been floored. Nobody that I know who has read it. But this is a summary. When it comes to jobs in hell, being a succubus seems pretty glamorous. A girl can be anything she wants. The wardrobe is killer, and mortal men would do anything just for a touch. Granted, they often pay with their souls, but we're only getting technical. But Seattle Succubus, that's part of the reason I picked it up too, because it's set in Seattle, and I don't fucking know. Georgina Kincaid's life is far less exotic. Her boss is a middle management demon with a thing for John Cusack movies. Her immortal best friends haven't stopped teasing her about the time she shapeshifted into the demon goddess getup, complete with whips and wings. And she can't have a decent day without sucking away part of the guy's life. At least there's her day job at a local bookstore, free books, hey, all the white chocolate mocha she can drink, and easy access to best-selling sexy writer Seth Mortensen, aka he whom she would give anything to touch but can't. But dreaming about Seth will have to wait. Something wicked is at work in Seattle's demon underground, and for once, all of her hot charms and drop-dead one-liners won't help, because Georgina's about to discover there are some creatures that both heaven and hell want to deny. So I don't know. You can see why I'm like, nah. Then I got Changeless by Gail Carriger. This is the second book in the Parasol Protectorate series, which is like a steampunk Victorian paranormal romance series. No, it's urban fantasy, to be honest. Shit's so fucking good. It's like Victorian romance if there are werewolves and shifters and everybody's aware of them. And then I really especially like the main character, Alexia, because just her wit, oh my god. And then one of the things I really like about a lot of paranormal romances is when people are like dicks and assholes to each other, but they're speaking that like proper old English, like it's not old English exactly, but that just really polite way that they spoke back then. Like those like polite snarky put downs, I fucking love them and I live for them, and Alexia is the queen of them. Okay, just that dry wit, I fucking live for it. I read the first book a couple days ago. I really loved it, and I will be reading the second one here soon. I'm just already messing my TBR for August up. So far that is 5 books, and all 5 of these are urban fantasy or paranormal romance. Getting away from that, I found a hardcover copy of Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch. This is the second book in the Lives of Locke Lamora, the Gentleman Bastard series. The first of which is the Lives of Locke Lamora, of which I have a purple hardcover one, and then I have Republic of Thieves, which I have the cover that's more with this style. I'm just kind of all over the place, and I think the others are bigger than this. This happens to be one of those shorty hardcovers, and that shit really just grinds my gears. But at any rate, I've not read the series yet. It's supposed to be like gang heist fantasy stuff. I don't know. I wanted to read it, but at the time, like, people were so super stoked and trying to get me to read it that they were just like reading all of the like funny lines and stuff. And as someone who likes to go into books blind, I just wanted to wait until I forgot a lot of all that, because there's no discovery if I know like all the funny lines and stuff in the book before I pick it up. Like 1 or 2 to pique my interest is fine. I don't want to know like all of the like great zingers in a book before I pick it up, or there's nothing for me to discover, there's nothing for me to appreciate, because I already knew all of it was coming. So I will wait on those. Then there is Fortune's Pawn by Rachel Bach. This is a sci-fi, and I really like this cover. In this one it says, Debbie Morris isn't your average mercenary. She has plans, big ones, and a ton of ambition. It's a combination that's going to get her killed one day, but not just yet. That is until she gets a job on a tiny trade ship with a nasty reputation for surprises. The Glorious Fool isn't misnamed. It likes to get into trouble so much that 1 year of security work under its captain is equal to 5 years anywhere else. With odds like that, Debbie knows she's found the perfect way to get the jump to the next part of her plan, but the Fool doesn't give up its secrets without a fight, and 1 year on this ship might be more than even she can handle. Now, that being said, this book I was actually really stoked to find because it's been on my TBR. It is the first book in the Fortune's Pawn series. There are 2 more, at least there are 2 more right now that I know of, Honor's Knight and Heaven's Queen. And I actually almost bought a box set of all 3 of them, or bought all 3 of them as a group on Amazon not that long ago. So I was really excited to find this because I got so many books that it was like basically cost me less than $1. Yay! It is an adult-ish, it might be YA, I don't know. It's sci-fi. Then I got Dark Eden and Mother of Eden by Chris Beckett. These, I'm really not sure how I feel about them. They were a spur of the moment pick. So in this one, basically, so this one says, on the alien planet, the sunless planet they call Eden, the 532 members of the family, all caps, take shelter beneath the light and warmth of the forest lantern trees. Beyond the forest lie the mountains of the snowy dark, and a cold so bitter and a night so profound that no man has ever crossed it. The oldest among the family recount legends of a world where light comes from the sky, where men and women made boats that could cross the stars. These ships brought us here. The oldest, they say, the family must only wait for the travelers to return. But young John Red Lantern will break the laws of Eden, shatter the family, and change history. He will abandon the old ways, venture into the dark, and discover the truth about their world. Already remarkably acclaimed in the UK. Oh, you don't need to know that part. So that is book 1, and then this is book 2 in that series. I don't know. The reviews were like average. This one got 3.7 stars, I want to say, but they're adult sci-fi, dystopian, like space dystopian. We'll see how I feel about them. And nobody I know has read them yet. A bunch of people just haven't marked this to be read, so I guess I'll be the test dummy if I ever get to it. Then there is At Twilight by Maggie Shane. This one was one that I just picked up because I'd always been wanting to read something about this artist, and I didn't buy this author, and I didn't really read anything on the back. It says, at twilight they awaken with a growing hunger and need, yet the yearning isn't always for blood, but rather a true drawing. Born in twilight, how could a vampire bear a child? Ruthless scientists tampered with newly made Angelica and created a new life. Now her tiny dark angel has been spirited away, and only Jameson Bryant, a relentless double agent, the man she nearly killed, could help her save her daughter. But will he be able to rescue her as well? Yep, it's 2 stories. So that was Born in Twilight, and then the second one is Beyond Twilight. Turning the tables on a vampire hunter was incandescent Coiler, C-Y-L-E-R, Jade's specialty. But once she had Ramsey trapped in her own secret hideaway, the truth about his past and the future destroyed them both. So don't really know what the hell that means. It's like a one sentence summary. I don't know. It's paranormal romance. Then I got Stormglass by Maria Snyder. I think it's in the same world as like the Poison Study stuff. And I don't remember if I finished that series or not, so I'm not going to read the back of this because spoilers. But this is fantasy. YA fantasy, I think. Or it might just be fantasy. It's fantasy. Fuck. I don't know. Then there is A Warrior's Taking by Margot McGuire. This is a historical romance. It is Scottish. It is Scottish. Born in 1813. Now this is time traveling historical romance. Only in this one, it's the Scottish laird from 981 AD being transported into the future to 1813. So it's still historical, but the heroine found the hero washed up on the beach. It's Scottish romance. It's time traveling. Hopefully it's not Outlander fuckery, because I hate it Outlander. Then there is Firelight by Kristen Callahan. This one, book 1 in the Darkest London series. Once the flames are ignited, Miranda Ellis is a woman tormented, plagued by birth by a strange, powerful gift. She spent her entire life struggling to control her exceptional abilities. Yet one innocent but irreversible mistake left her family's fortune decimated and forced her to wed London's most nefarious nobleman. They will burn for eternity. Lord Benjamin Archer is no ordinary man. Doomed to hide his disfigured face behind a mask, he knows it's selfish to take her as his bride. Yet he can't help being drawn to the flame-haired beauty, whose touch sparks a passion he hasn't felt in a lifetime. When he's accused of a series of gruesome murders, he gives in to the beastly nature he has fought so hard to hide from the world. But the curse that haunts him cannot be denied. Now I know why I picked this up. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. That's all I needed. Yeah, at least it sounds like one. We gonna claim it, Jesus. Then there is, by Karen Marie Moning, Beyond the Highland Mist. Have I read this one? I have not. So this is a historical romance by Karen Marie Moning, who wrote the Fever series. Y'all. And he was known throughout the kingdom as Hawk, legendary predator of the battlefield and the boudoir. No woman could refuse his touch, but no woman had ever stirred his heart until vengeful fairy tumbled Adrienne de Simone out of a modern-day Seattle into medieval Scotland. I think I actually have read this one, but it has a historical cover on it, which I like. I have it in ebook format, and the cover, I don't even think it had people on it. It didn't look like this. So yeah, I did read this one. It's another time travel romance where the heroine falls back into time, but she's slightly less stupid than Claire Randall-faced fuckery. Alright, then I got Overvid by Meg Cabot. I think this is the second book in the vampire series. It's YA. Yeah, it's the second book in like a vampire hunter series. Meg Cabot wrote The Princess Diaries. And that's all I needed. So I got it. And I have no idea if it's good or not, but it's Meg Cabot, so I got it. And these aren't Twilight vampires, thank you Jesus. Then I got a Captain America graphic novel. This is book 2 in the Red Menace series, which, given the climate of the government at the moment, was not a favorite read of mine. I read it for Booktubeathon, and just, I don't really want to read about white supremacists, even if they're not in America. All of Captain America's villains for a time, like a lot of them seem to be in like that white supremacy thing, so I don't know why I was surprised. Then I got manga. So I got 3 books in the Vampire Knight series, which I watched the anime of. I think there are only 2 seasons, or there's only 1 season on Netflix. Like, they stopped making them, and I'm really butthurt about it. But I got book 1, book 4, and book 10. These are, at least the anime was about this group of students at this academy. There's like a day class and a night class, and the day class thinks like the night class are just more elite students, but actually they're vampires. I, like I said, really liked it, but I'm a giant dork, so. But check out like the anime on Netflix if it's still there. Then I got Rurouni Kenshin. I love Kenshin. I love Kenshin so much. This is also one that I watched as an anime as a kid. I watched this when I was in high school. Never could, but I borrowed them from my friend. I couldn't own them because fuck, anime is goddamn expensive when you want to buy the DVDs. But this one is another one that takes place in the Sengoku Jidai, like Inuyasha. It basically takes place in feudal Japan. And in this one, Kenshin is basically like this, what do they call it? Battle side. That's how they say it. Battle side. A lot. But he spends a lot of time traveling. He has like this, I think, double-sided or no-sided. It's something really weird and funky about his sword. He's basically attempting to take on this vow to like not fight, not kill, because the things he's had to do is like the Super Samurai, but people keep fucking challenging him and they won't leave him the fuck alone. Not Katie. What is her name? She started with K. Fuck, her voice is annoying in this one. I don't remember, but damn it, her voice. This was one I had to watch purely in Japanese because her voice in English, like Kagome, just made me want to just bash something into my head. But check it out, especially if you like anime that takes place in feudal Japan. This one's really good. But if you can watch them, if you like watching them in Japanese, that's one I would definitely watch in Japanese and read the subtitles. Just trust me, okay? Trust me. That one was damn near, for me, intolerable in English. It just was. Then, speaking of Inuyasha, I got 3 of those. Now, again, this one is another one that takes place in feudal Japan. And this one, Inuyasha is a half-dog demon in, of course, feudal Japan. And then Kagome is a teenage girl who falls into this well that transports her back in time to Inuyasha's forest. She discovers like demons are real because she thinks her grandfather's just full of it and he's always talking about them. And then it turns out that not only are demons real, but she's descended from the priestess who pinned Inuyasha to the tree. She found him like with the arrow through him. She's a descendant or a reincarnation of the priestess who pinned him to the fucking tree in the first place. It's so, I fucking love Inuyasha. I love Inuyasha. I love Sesshomaru is the way to say it in the English dubbed one, but I believe the pronunciation like correctly is Sesshomaru. Anyway, that would be this lovely guy at the top with the moon on his head, and he's like low-key effeminate, but he's high-key murderous, and I fucking love him. And he just doesn't like people, and then he kind of like ends up adopting as his ward this little girl who he saved and then tried to like make fuck off, and then she just followed him everywhere until like you started to see like that soft side of him, not in his interactions per se with her, until somebody threatened her and he's like, fuck this. It's so good. It's so good. I love Inuyasha. I never was able to buy manga because manga is expensive, and it's another reason all my graphic novels is like I can't justify for like the rate I read and how quick I read them, especially if they're black and white. If I do buy them, I want them in color, but I just can't like justify spending so much money on them, and I finish them in like 20 minutes. It hurts my soul. So Inuyasha, I always watch the anime. I don't think I've ever actually read any of the manga, and it's the same with Kenshin and with Vampire Knight. So these are 3 that I watched the anime. I just haven't. Like these, I own the box sets of the anime series, and I have the movies. Like, shit was serious, okay? It's serious. Some of them are still in storage. I need to get my damn Inuyasha tapes. But that is it for this book haul, guys. These are the 23 books that I shoved in that little ass tote bag and paid $20 for. Good deal. They were less than $1 a piece. I am okay with it. So, that being said, I will catch you guys later. Hey, wait. Where are my anime lovers and my manga readers? Manga and my manga readers? Hit me up in the comments. And I want to know if anybody's read either of these time-traveling historical romances. What do we think about this? Like, do you like Outlander? Do you not like Outlander? Do you not even like the time travel trope? It's a trope I'm really not sure if I like yet, because it's one of the ones that's like dragons and angels and paranormal romance. They're really done well. So when they are, I'm surprised and I want to like them because it sounds interesting, but you gotta do it right. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you've read any of these books and if you think I shouldn't bother with them. And let me know if you've read any of the Fallen Angel series by J.R. Ward, especially if you've read the Brotherhood series. That one. And I'll see you guys later. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell thing, because YouTube is a dick sometimes and then you won't see all of my videos when I upload them if you don't hit the bell. I know it's annoying. People reverted back to starting to say this, but YouTube keeps changing shit and they don't tell anybody when they change stuff. Mini rant. I'm fine. It's cool. I'll catch you guys later.